Buon pomeriggio ragazzi, come state? Come state? Spero che voi stiate tutti bene. Vi ricordo come sempre che c'è online in questo momento. C'è Solumido con Crash Bandicoot 4, Virkiwi con 4 chiacchiere, Grandfather Hermit con Hunter Showdown, Ferogigio con The Binding of Isaac, Il viaggio di Martis con D&D, Dede It con Arte e Neo Gianfo con Spyro, l'anno del drago. Come sempre, punto esclamativo don, punto esclamativo contro. E oggi continuiamo quello che ci siamo lasciati giovedì sera, che riguarda che riguarda Secret File. Ho sbagliato, dopo se lo piglia, anche dopo. Quindi ho fatto al tab, schermata 2, e vediamo. Dovrebbe tenerlo. Perfetto, lo sta tenendo. Lo regge. Oh, ok. Ci sono due o tre cose.
It's full of dirty laundry.
Che spavento quanto alto il volume. A proposito, il volume si sente? Cambio schermata. Vediamo, eh. Prova. Sì, si dovrebbe sentire tutto.
It's full of dirty laundry. A pile of laundry service. Next pickup Tuesday, 2:30 p.m. The writing says, "Caution. The management of this institution received reports that in recent times strange figures in black robes were seen in the vicinity of the institution. Anyone who has
Ah,
seen something conspicuous or unusual is to report this immediately to the director of the institute, Dr. Charleroi. Figures in black robes. They really appear to follow me everywhere. I have to finally find out who they are and what they really want." There are huge notches in it. It looks like somebody wildly attacked it with an axe. I hope I don't meet this someone. So many loudspeakers for such a small inner courtyard? Rat-a-too, rat-a-tee. Gone
come?
is the balcony. He's just taking a break, completely atypical of a construction worker. Hello? Are you a member of the staff?
Me? No, heaven forbid. I'm here to repave the courtyard with asphalt. But to do that, I have to remove the old asphalt first. It's terribly hard work in this heat. I can tell you that.
I can imagine. By the way, I'm Nina.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Bernard.
Bernard.
Why is the courtyard being repaved? It still looks good. I've seen streets at home that look much worse.
No idea. You're right, though. It really isn't worthwhile for just a couple of patients. Whatever. I don't really care.
Who hired you?
Some Italian-American...
Italo-americano.
Massimo Gattuso or something like that.
Massimo Gartuzzo?
Yes. He wants the courtyard to be finished in 3 days. It's completely unrealistic.
But you don't know why this courtyard is supposed to be repaved?
Nope.
Strange. How come someone like Massimo Gartuzzo has the rear yard of a net house in a Cuban hick town surfaced with asphalt? Did you notice anything unusual about the Institute?
What do you mean by unusual? A couple of mentally challenged and a couple of doctors in a narrow room? At some point, it's difficult to differentiate between doctors and patients.
I feel the same way about dog owners. But did you notice anything unusual?
Apart from the fact that one of them is always screaming, screeching, or makes strange noises, truth be told, the Institute scares me a little.
Can you describe it a little more?
I don't know exactly. I just don't like it here. As soon as it gets dark, I make sure that I leave. And there isn't enough money in the world to get me to go in there.
Someone like him admitting just like that he is afraid without having a real reason for it? I should be cautious if I want to continue looking around here.
Ok.
Regarding your break...
Are you gonna deny me my break?
Oh no, of course not.
Good. It's short enough as it is. The old lady will start smoking again soon, and then my work starts again.
What do you mean?
The cook. As soon as I see black coming out of the chimney back there again, I have to go back to work.
Smoke as a signal to get back to work? That somehow seems familiar to me. Don't you have a watch?
Nah, I don't need one. The old lady is accurate down to the last second.
Ok.
Do you know a man named Manuel Perez?
Who's that?
One of the people inside.
A patient?
Yes.
No idea. I haven't had any contact with them. It's prohibited by the management.
You have a bit of a stutter. Am I correct to assume that it's caused by a childhood trauma? Or did your first girlfriend disappoint you? What tragic story is behind it?
Have you ever worked 10 hours with a jackhammer and then tried to speak halfway normal?
Oh, no, not that I know of.
I thought so. Otherwise, you wouldn't ask a question like that.
Ok.
Well, then enjoy the rest of your break.
I will.
The food appears to have been tasty. The flies at least like it. A long pointed meat fork. A soup ladle. A bunch of fresh herbs and spices. A relatively small kitchen. It's obvious this hospital does not have all that many patients. Either that, or they are all piled pieces of wood like I would have learned in the Girl Scouts, had I joined them. Hard at work.
Well,
You're entitled. Well, then enjoy.
I will.
Ok.
Good afternoon. I'm looking for the sanatorium under the palms. Am I in the right place?
Good afternoon to you, too. Yes, as far as the name is concerned, you're in the right place.
As far as the name is concerned?
Well, it's the same with institutions as it is with political parties. The name isn't always the main concern.
How come? There are a bunch of palm trees here, aren't there?
Sure, there are palm trees here, but let's leave it at that. I've already said too much. How can I help you?
Oh, come on. What's going on here? What isn't right?
Nothing. I mean everything. Oh, it doesn't matter. What do you want?
That's a shame. I'm looking for a man named Manuel Perez. He's supposedly a patient here.
Ah, yes, could be. I don't know the patients. Go to reception on the left side. I'm sure someone can help you there. And if I can offer you a word of advice, be careful.
What? Why?
Just because. You look like you could use the warning. But be that as it may, I have to go back to my painting. Good luck.
You paint during your shift?
Yeah, sure. If there's nothing to do, I paint a couple of pictures. Some of them are then hung up in the clinic.
Is there really that little to do?
What do you think? We don't exactly have concerts or events where thousands of people line up the night before. I've been working here for 2 years, and you are, if I haven't miscounted, you are the third visitor.
Oh. What do you usually paint?
Everything, really. Although, if I have to be honest, everything isn't necessarily a lot. At some point, you just run out of ideas when you can only paint from one position. So far, I've painted lots of palm trees, blades of grass, and even butterflies in various positions. I'm starting to get sick of it. I paint extra slow, you know. I used to paint a picture in 30 minutes. Now I take 30 hours, just to postpone the problem of choosing the next subject for the picture.
Well, then I wish you... What should I wish for?
Wish that we have a thunderstorm. Maybe some of the palm trees will fall down, and then I would have something new to paint.
Okay. Then I wish you have a thunderstorm.
Thanks.
Perfetto.
And if you happen to run across a great idea, then please let me know.
A little while ago, you said that something wasn't right with this institution.
Me? No, I never said that.
But,
The weather is beautiful today, isn't it?
yes, it's gorgeous. I understand. I'll leave you alone with your muse now.
Thanks. I'm still waiting for the kiss.
From me or from the muse?
Both.
Perfetto.
I'll just take one of them with me. The selection is done according to the proven method of random chance. No wonder that many men harbor fantasies about nurses. Good afternoon.
Hello?
I'm looking for a man named Perez. Manuel Perez. He's supposed to be a patient here. May I speak with him?
Perez? Yeah, he's here. And who are you?
I am Nina Castro. I think it would be better if I did not tell the whole world my name. As long as I don't know who's behind my father's kidnapping, it's better to be too careful than not enough.
Sorry, you can't come in here without a special permit.
But it's really important.
Important? It's really important for me to keep my job and my health. And naturally, my incomparable good looks. That's what's really important.
Ok.
I'm not asking you to release him. I just want to talk to him for a second.
Listen up, darling. Now that Mr. Gartuso has the say and Nicole Charleroi was put in charge, we all have to really watch ourselves.
Massimo Gartuso? The American billionaire with a gigantic mobile phone company?
That's the one. And in Cuba, the saying goes, whoever pays decides what's for dinner. Is there anything else I can do for you?
The music sure is loud.
Yeah, great, isn't it? I just got the disc and I've been listening to it non-stop for the last 3 days. It really keeps me going. It even makes it fun to clean. Actually, I wanted to be a dancer, but the market in this region is pretty saturated. So I had to invent a new discipline, rhythmic cleaning. I clean to the exact beat of the music. It also helps fight fatigue. I came up with it a few weeks ago and have been perfecting my technique ever since. We'll see. Maybe if politics doesn't pan out, I can maybe offer a few courses for housewives. I think the demand for it is probably pretty high.
Yeah, I bet it is. Massimo Gartuso has bought himself a mental asylum in a sleepy town in Cuba. Don't you find that a bit strange?
I have my own theories, but I'd rather keep them to myself.
Come on, it could be really important.
Nothing is so important that a person could end up like...
Yes?
Nothing. Don't you think rhythmic cleaning would be a great business concept?
There are so many weird things happening here that I don't know where I should start being astonished. I have the feeling that it has to do with something real big. Unfortunately, my feelings do not tell me what that is. Are you afraid of your boss?
Me? Why should I?
I just had the impression.
It's misleading. It's definitely misleading.
She does want to talk. All I have to do is tickle her a little bit. The boss isn't even here, so you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that's also what Pedro thought, but then...
And then?
Nothing. Leave me alone.
This Nicole Charleroi is pressuring the workers to such a degree that they are almost shitting their pants from fear. I hope I won't have to clash with her on top of everything else. You said something about if politics doesn't pan out. You're a politician?
Not yet, and I stress the word yet. There is an election in 2 weeks and I want to run.
As a politician?
Yeah, sure. Anything against it?
No, of course not. So you think you have a good chance?
Yes, I think so. I am staggeringly gorgeous, and I have already, let's just say, convinced 20% of the voters.
Oh.
But I don't want to be just one of many. I want to be the next female mayor. Unfortunately, I still need some more votes for that, but I'll get them. If only I knew how to get them.
Oh, you want to jump straight to being the mayor. How modest. What's your election platform?
Platform? No one reads it anyway. The only problem is that I just have 2 weeks and I'm still behind 120 men.
Yeah, that's cutting it close. Maybe you should try getting a platform after all.
Oh, it's much too expensive and no one is interested anyway. I just have to be able to convince more people all at once of my qualifications is all.
You mean...
Yeah, well, do you have a better idea?
I'll think about it. If I think of something, I'll let you know.
Ok.
Then I'll leave you to your hip swing again. An invitation to a slideshow called Traditional Cigar Manufacturing Methods. The gatekeeper appears to use this room as an interim storage room for his paintings. The latest record by Toctic is on there. What a cool tune. Our Latin beauty. They must have 4 to 5 diopters. The owner must be as blind as a bat and be bumping into everything at the moment. They must have 4 to 5 Hello. That's a nice house of cards you're building there.
Yeah. And now be quiet or the thing will fall again.
This institution gives a somewhat, well, strange impression. Was it always like that? Could you tell me a bit about it? Maybe you've noted something in particular.
Sure I can. But I won't. Otherwise I'll end up like... Oh, it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Otherwise, you'll end up like whom?
Just like people who ask too many questions.
Can I borrow the copier for a second?
Sure. Bring down my house of cards, steal my glory, my pride, my last bit of self-respect. The spark of hope in my dreary routine, the little bit...
Yeah, okay. I'll just wait until you're finished. Nicole Charleroi. She's the director of the institute here, right?
Is she here?
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, don't scare me like that again.
Are you afraid of her?
Me? No, of course not. Shay was also never afraid. On the other hand, Shay also never had anything to do with psychopathic scientists.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
You look pretty determined. Are you getting money for this house of cards?
Money? No, not money. Glory. I'll be like my ancestors and go down in history.
As a house of cards builder?
Yes. Shay started the same way.
Che Guevara?
No. Chevrolet.
Okay, I understand. I'm going.
Okay. I have to hurry anyway before the earthquake starts again.
Earthquake?
Yeah, every afternoon. Just before I finish the tallest house of cards in the world, an earthquake comes and ruins everything again. But this time, I'll make it.
Watch out that your house of cards doesn't fall down.
Yeah, make sure you don't bring down my house of cards.
A list with the heading, "Please enter borrowed stuffed animals." The gatekeeper appears to use a copier. In order to get
Ok.
a magazine with the promising title, "Let's Just..." Hello, what's your
Something that all women.
The woman in charge. What is she really like?
Miss Charleroi? No idea. I don't have any contact with her. She greets me when she arrives in the morning. I usually don't see her at night because she often stays in the institute until really late.
Any
Okay.
peculiarities?
Like I said, I almost never see her.
Nurse Sabrina, what do you think of her?
If I would tell you, you would say I was sexist.
Yes, her assets are apparently very apparent. And otherwise?
Otherwise, I unfortunately don't know her very well. Women of her caliber don't mess around with average-looking gatekeepers.
You just have to convince her of your qualities.
And those would be?
Well,
Yeah, thanks for the chat.
could you perhaps paint a portrait of Nurse Sabrina?
Yeah, I guess so. Just a second. I've run out of black. I can't paint without black.
Okay, I'll take care of it. How long do you need?
Probably half a day.
You have 30 minutes.
There's no way. I need at least 3 hours.
Agreed. You have 1 hour.
It's no wonder that contemporary painters have never been able to equal the masters, if the artists are constantly rushed like this. Oh, one more thing. I can barely see Nurse Sabrina from here. She moves so gracefully, but she is also unbelievably fast. If she were to slow down a bit for a while,
I'm going to see if I can at least temporarily control the woman's hyperactivity somewhat.
Ok.
Then you could start painting the portrait?
like I said, I can only paint Nurse Sabrina if I have black paint and a subject that isn't constantly jumping around.
Marti? Ciao bellissimi. Grazie mille Molly per lo shootout. Tanto Hyper sbaglia sempre. Sempre.
I'll leave you alone with your muse now.
Thanks. I'm still waiting for the kiss.
Benvenuti
From
ragazzi,
me or from the
benvenuti
muse?
God, benvenuto Witch, benvenuto Ika, Med, Hyper, Molly, il mista, anche detto Alan, Martin. Benvenuti a tutti e grazie mille per il like. Qui stiamo cercando di cercare il nero. Quindi pensavo di accendere il fuoco.
I could intensify the rays of the sun with the glasses, but
Ok. Casi
I knew
libri
that these kinds of
autofoni di
pseudo-magazines could help in
giornale.
many situations. It is really astonishing how the old tricks continue to work again and again.
Prendiamo.
I think I will have to pull the coals out of the fire.
Ok. Adesso abbiamo del nero. Lui non lavora perché la fumata è bianca.
Hard at work, I see.
Well, anyone who works hard is allowed to take a break once in a while.
You're entitled.
No, fa troppo caldo.
Isn't your break done?
No, why?
I thought as soon as smoke comes out of the chimney...
If it's white smoke, that means the cook's still cooking. If it's black smoke, that the food is finished.
Oh,
So is
ok.
my break.
Oh. Does the name Nicole Charleroi mean anything to you?
Not really.
She's supposed to be the boss here. You must know her.
Oh, her. Oh, God. Keep her away from me.
That bad?
Worse. She seems nice at first, but she's something between a Valkyrie and a battle axe.
Charming.
You asked me. Am I supposed to lie to you?
No. Have you gotten to know her?
But believe me, it only takes a few seconds, and that's enough for me.
Simpaticissima la donna.
Well, then enjoy.
I will.
Poi il libro.
I didn't find any black paint. Do you think a piece of coal will work too?
Yes. Coal should work too.
Then you could.
Like I said, I
No,
can only
perché
paint
lei
Nurse
si
Sabrina
muove di
if I have black
continuo.
paint and a subject that isn't constantly jumping around.
I'll leave you
Thanks.
from me.
Both.
Ok, quindi devo fare la fumata nera a questo robo qua. Poi faccio...
I can't even walk across hot coals, let alone reach into burning fires.
Brucia tutto. No. No. Ho già il carbone? No. Vediamo un po' se riesco a prendere altro carbone. Luca carbone.
The food appears.
Qua non possiamo entrare perché giustamente la porta è chiusa dall'altro lato.
No door
Vediamo.
handle, no keyhole. As soon as the door has closed, it cannot be opened from outside.
Penso che possa servire qualcosa di plastica. Ok. Ah, rallentiamo questo.
The record turns more slowly due to the weight. Still, sounds pretty good.
Abbiamo rallentato lei. Almeno balla più lentamente e lui può disegnarla.
Hello.
Something that.
Do you have everything you need for the portrait now?
Yes, I think so. She's a little hard to see from here, but I'll try. It looks great, considering it was painted in 60 minutes. I think I've outdone myself again. Don't you think?
Yes, it's really nice. And her best features are emphasized perfectly. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I'll put the masterpiece in a bag for you so it doesn't get dirty.
I'll leave you alone with your...
Thanks.
From me?
Both.
This thing has... The portrait of Nurse Sabrina wrapped up in plastic The portrait...
Non posso togliere la plastica?
The portrait of... I can't attach the portrait to the wall.
Col forchettone.
The portrait of... There are huge notches in it. It looks like somebody wildly attacked it with an axe.
No.
A bit of... The portrait of Nurse... Look at this. What do you think?
Oh, that's pretty. And the woman is a knockout. Oh, that's me. Oh, I always knew I was pretty, but so stunning.
Yeah, and so modest. I thought you could use it as a campaign poster.
Yeah, great idea. But one isn't enough, is it?
Women, give them a hand and they'll rip off the whole arm. If I help you out with a few more pictures, you have to help me too, okay?
Yeah, okay. And I also promise no new taxes.
Meno tasse
Exactly.
per tutti.
And no one wants to
Come
fill the
sempre.
wall. I can already see you could make a really good politician. I'll see if I can come up with a few more campaign posters. Then I'll leave you to your hip swing again.
Oh, adesso che l'ha sbustato possiamo usare la busta.
The earthquake has begun. Nina, sometimes you are really bad.
Non c'è più il pazzo di il castello.
I used up all the copier paper. That should be enough for a campaign to cover all of Cuba. Cute, droll, The poor guy will surely need them for his next attempt at the record. The vibration.
Di sicuro queste due sono facce di qualche gioco che non conosco al momento. Sì.
Here are the campaign posters. There's no longer anything standing in the way of your political career.
Beautiful, simply beautiful. Who could resist this woman?
No one. Help me now.
Sure, I've given you my word as a politician, haven't I?
Will
Ti
you
do la
help me
parola al
anyway?
politico.
Fine, just this once. But watch out for Ramon. He's the caretaker here, and if he finds you, he'll make mincemeat out of you. So hurry. Perez's cell is all the way at the end on the left.
Ok. Però volevo utilizzare qualcosa per aprire questa porta.
I can't.
No, non posso. Però posso andare di qua. Che bella faccia dietro.
He looks like he crossed the threshold to madness a long time ago. The cell is empty? Is this supposed to be a joke? Or do the staff not know where their patients are at any given time?
C'è del sangue.
Small grooves in the wall. Almost looks like scratches. There is something in one of the grooves. Those are fingernails.
Bene.
Da gehe ich ans Telefon und da ist gar keiner dran. Das mache ich schon seit 18 Jahren.
Looks as if someone tried to break the tiles out of the wall in a certain pattern.
Überall liegen hier
But
Telefone
I just
und
can't
keiner
think
geht
what
ran.
it is supposed to
Warum liegen
mean.
hier eigentlich alle? Keine Ahnung, vielleicht haben
It
sie
looks
das
like
verlegt.
blood.
Die haben kein Rohr verlegt, die haben Telefone
A
verlegt.
camera has been mounted up there.
So ist das.
Wonder if it works.
Da hieß es, sie würden Telefon verlegen.
Isn't there something stuck between the mattress and the frame? There is. A newspaper article. It deals with the new appointment for the post of institution director. Next to the article is a large photograph of that Nicole Charleroi.
Die sind doof. Wie kann man jetzt ein Telefon einmauern? Einfach so. Du siehst aus, als ob du gerade eine Hose gemacht hättest.
Looks as if
Deswegen ist hier dann so warm.
No, col carbone non risolvo niente.
Ja.
the door looks different than the other doors. Hello?
Yes? Come on in. I promise you we will definitely have a lot of fun together.
Maybe next time. There are noises coming from the cell that tell me I definitely do not want to go in there.
Via. Informiamo che mancano pazienti.
Sorry, may I disturb you again?
But of course, darling, anytime. I could use a little distraction.
Perez's cell is empty. Where is your patient?
Empty? What do you mean empty?
I mean empty. No one there, all gone, little going on there. In short, it's empty.
That can't be. The doctor, she'll kill me.
Does that mean you really don't know where Perez is?
No, Ramon?
Yeah?
Where is Perez?
How come?
He's not in his cell, so where is Perez?
He's gone. I've already informed the doctor. She'll take care of it.
Take care of it? Then will she take care of us too?
I don't think so. She sounded really calm. Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen. I'm going to take care of the patient's beds here first. They need to be changed pretty badly. We'll talk after work, okay?
Yeah, we should do that. Sorry, I didn't know. You heard for yourself. Oh, Lord, watch over us.
Damn. I've flown thousands of miles just to find out that this Perez has disappeared, but I am not giving up that easily. I mean, he can't have dissolved into thin air.
Altro che.
Is the camera in Manuel Perez's cell, is it turned on?
I think so. Charlois mounted it. Or more precisely, had it mounted.
Is there anywhere to see what the camera has recorded?
Sure, it would certainly be possible in the control room.
Can I look at it?
No, I can't let anyone in.
Come on, you owe me one.
Sorry, I don't have a key. Only Ramon and the boss have keys.
Then I'll leave you
Okay.
to your hip swing again. I can't.
Messo non lo fa fare.
If I manage to attach the canvas correctly, then hopefully the door will not close the next time.
La biancheria sporca di sangue che hanno vinto.
An old furniture type safe. How am I supposed to unlock this lock? Maybe I'll find a clue to the correct combination somewhere in here.
Otto cifre.
A one-legged pirate. He probably lost the other leg in a sea battle. A cat is sitting on his shoulders, and on the cat's head sits a parrot. And the painter immortalized a spider in the upper top corner. What a weird painting.
Aspetta.
A one-legged pirate. He probably lost the other leg in a
Uno.
sea battle. A cat is sitting on his shoulders, and on the cat's head sits a parrot. And the painter
un gatto.
immortalized a spider in the upper top corner. What a
Quattro.
weird painting.
2 e 8.
How am I supposed to unlock
1,
1, 4, 2, 8?
8.
I wonder if the safe will open now. All right! I'm a genius! There are tapes in there with writing on them. A. Carlos, J. Sanchez, S. Martinez, M. Perez. Here it is. I hope that it will help me somehow.
Easy. Videoregistratore.
I'm
Ce
really
l'ho,
eager to
anche
see
nella
what's
vita
on it.
vera. Però il sangue c'era già.
What are you doing here?
I came to see if you're helping a patient escape.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
Too bad. I don't actually like violence, but you leave me no choice. You'll go down before I do.
No, wait! I don't want to rat you out. I just need to find Manuel Perez really badly.
La mia
It's my
unica
only hope.
speranza.
Only hope?
Perez was with my father on an expedition many years ago. Now my father disappeared without a trace, and I hope that Perez can help me find him.
Manuel help someone? He's the one who needs to be helped.
How come?
Because he... Never mind. So you really don't want to hurt him?
No, definitely not.
Okay, I'll help you. Just don't tell anyone I did, otherwise I've had it. The doctor doesn't stand for any nonsense.
Già.
The doctor doesn't seem to be the most fun person anyway. Why?
You have no idea what they're doing with Perez here?
No, how should I?
He was brought here a few months ago at the request of a guy named Cartuso. He was also the one who put Charles Roy in
Gattuso.
charge. And then the horror began.
Let me guess. Human experiments?
Yeah? How did you know?
That's not important right now. Do you know what the goals of these experiments are?
No. It's probably because Manuel's disease is somehow special. 2 other people were also flown in, but they disappeared again soon thereafter. It has to be about something big. In the last few months, they've invested nearly $1 million in this asylum. Our salaries doubled in one fell swoop. But money isn't everything, and the price of a human life is too high, in my opinion. I wanted out sooner, but the boss said, whoever wants to get out now is gone forever. So I lost my confidence.
I understand, but I need to find Perez badly. The longer it takes me to find my father, the greater the probability that he...
Okay, I'll help you. Perez is hidden in a rock cave not very far from here, but you can't take him with you. I'll come in a couple of hours and take care of him. I know a lot of people here who will hide us.
Agreed. Take care of yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Ok. Bel posticino.
The hiding place is relatively safe. Nevertheless, I hope that Ramon picks up Perez quickly and takes good care of him. Are you Manuel Perez? Hello? Can you understand me? I don't know if he understands me, but when I addressed him, he looked me in the eyes and smiled. Almost as if he recognized me. This Evank in the Tunguska region reacted the same way. Maybe he really did recognize somebody. Namely, my father. My father disappeared. He was probably kidnapped. I take it that the reason he was kidnapped had something to do with his past. You worked with him for so many years. Do you know of anything that could, after so long a time, catch up to him? It's obvious he wants to tell me something, but I have no idea what. What did they do to you in the Institute? And more importantly, why? What do they want from you? He appears to be afraid of the subject. He must have experienced some bad things in the hospital. I shouldn't torture him with it any further, even if it is important to me. What happened back then during the Tunguska expedition? Try to remember. It could be very important. Either he can't remember anything, or he does not want to talk about it.
Proviamo a dare il gesso nero. Andiamo a cercare dei fogli.
There's no paper left in it.
E niente.
The poor guy will... A list with the... Cute, droll...
Sì, infatti.
He is so cute.
So cute.
The gatekeeper. Hello, what's...
Something that all women do, taking her time.
I've heard that a man named Manuel Perez supposedly disappeared.
Really? I didn't.
Yes. Wouldn't you notice if someone disappeared?
Yes, actually I would. But I'm not here 20.
And isn't there a night shift?
No.
If you happen to see...
If I see him, that was the official answer. Unofficially, yes, I will let you know.
Thanks.
Ok,
I'll
grazie,
leave you
lo
alone with...
sapevo.
Thanks.
From me,
Both.
the future... My remaining...
Magari lo posso riprendere.
I'll just take the picture with me again.
Ok.
Maybe Perez... Perez drew some kind of symbol. I have no idea what it's supposed to mean, but it doesn't appear to be chaotic scribbling. The symbol can be recognized clearly and plainly, and the lines are so straight, as if they had been drawn with a ruler. Now the only question that remains is how that is going to help me. I'm going to send Max a text message and a picture of the symbol. Maybe he has an idea.
Morangi must live here somewhere nearby, if he's still alive. Hopefully the locals can help me.
Ok. Non posso andare più da Nina, quindi abbiamo completato la parte di là.
I would really like to know how Nina is doing, but I probably interrupt her while she's doing something. That is solidly anchored into the ground. The top one is a sign denoting a speed limit of 30. The lower one warns of road damage.
Ah, non senti anche te il fresco? Quello di piovere? Sì, quello era saldato, però questo non è che non era attaccato anche lui.
The daily menu is hanging there. There's nothing on it. Either the cook is sick or they're fasting at the moment. No idea what coat of arms...
Mio. Entriamo.
Oh, full house? Maybe I should have made a reservation.
Ah, che spirito.
Nice and toasty. I could stand in front of it and dry my wet things. On the other hand, I probably have to leave right away anyway. I might as well not bother. He looks really plastered. Hello? Are you alright? He doesn't appear to be overly communicative. Maybe I'll just let him sleep it off for now. I think I'll take that with me. It has obviously already fulfilled its function with a nice gentleman here. Hello. Nice weather we're having today, isn't it?
What? It's raining cats and dogs.
It was supposed to be a joke.
Yeah, real funny.
Well, this should be fun. I'm looking for a man named Morangi.
Good for you.
What I meant to say was, can you tell me where I can find him?
If you mean old Ken Morangi, he lives on this island.
Island? How can I get there?
Ask Folly. He's probably down by the water fishing.
Do guests frequently fall asleep in the bar?
Sure, but Klaus is particularly difficult. Because once he's asleep, it's hard to wake him up again.
Is there a trick to it?
Sure, if you stick something to eat in front of his nose.
Then he'll wake up?
If he likes it, then chances are he will.
What is he like?
He used to be a sailor. He doesn't eat anything but fish. But actually, I'm always happy when he falls asleep, because then I don't have to sit with him and listen to the same sailor stories again and again.
I would like a fish.
Me too.
Am I correct to assume that you are trying to tell me in your charming way that you don't have any?
Yep.
Not a lot going on here.
It's okay.
Do you always have so few guests?
Some of my regulars are dead, and the walk-in customers aren't here yet.
Walk-in customers?
Truck drivers who are driving their goods to the markets in the neighboring villages. Every once in a while, they stop, have 3 to 12 whiskeys, and then continue their journey.
3 to 12 whiskeys?
Yeah, that's what I said.
And how often do they come by?
Every day they bring fruit and vegetables. I really don't understand who needs that stuff when you can have liquid vegetables.
Thanks for the friendly chat.
My pleasure.
Nobody'll miss it. There's a padlock on the door. Actually, he only needs to breathe into the water once, then all the fish would swim to the surface, drunk. Hello there. Why are you fishing in this weather?
You don't have the first clue about fishing, do you?
No, not really. Why?
Because the fish bite the best in weather like this. You can see my bucket. That's my catch in just the last 3 hours.
Even if I was able to catch 30 roast doves and wild pigs with apples in their mouths within 3 hours, I would never voluntarily sit outside in weather like this. I'm looking for a man named Morangi. Can you help me?
Sure. Old Ken lives over there, on his island.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. How can I get there? Is there a ferry? Or a bridge?
Nah, there aren't any bridges. And no ship is going to go out in this weather.
Is that your boat over there?
Yes.
Can I borrow it for a second?
I really don't need it at the moment. But perhaps you could do me a favor in return.
Sure. What?
My buddy Stefan visited me this morning and now I'm all out of whiskey again.
Now I should get some for you? Why don't you just get some from the bar around the corner?
Why don't you just swim to the island?
Touché. So it's a trade-off. The whiskey for the boat?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
That door in the cliff, do you know what's behind it?
The cellar of old Stevie's pub.
Is there any way to get in there?
You have any idea how often I've tried that already? The cellar contains at least a year's supply of whiskey, but O'Brien, the old skinflint, keeps it under lock and key. He always says a barkeeper shouldn't give away his goods. We used to barter fish for whiskey. But one time a red herring got accidentally mixed in with the delivery. He's been pissed and grants something about industrial fish ever since. But the damage was minimal.
In that case, tight lines.
Thanks.
You can't eat that many fish by yourself, can you?
Are you worried about my health? Or do you just want to scrounge up a fish?
Well, to tell the truth.
Go ahead and take one. I'm sure I'll catch a couple more.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tom peixe.
I don't want to deprive the barkeeper of his best friend. I'm gonna use your fireplace to grill the fish. Of course, you could probably do it a lot better than I can, but you probably have more important things to do.
Yes, of course. Go right ahead.
Nella misura giusta poi quel cartello.
I know that you have a lot to do, but can I bother you again?
If you have to.
Yes. I need a bottle of whiskey. How much?
For you? 1,000.
I probably shouldn't ask which currency. I probably won't like the answer.
No.
Don't you want to do business?
Sure. 1,000 is good business.
It's a little too expensive, don't you think?
A special reduced price. Just for my friends.
For some incomprehensible reason, my potential towards aggression is skyrocketing. If I don't pull myself together, I might do something I regret. How can I get into the cellar?
Take the key, unlock the door, and go in. Anyone can do it. Even people like you, if you have the right key.
Now, you're a real comedian, aren't you?
Yup.
Thanks for the friendly chat.
My pleasure.
Can I borrow the key for a second?
No.
Aw, come on, just for 5 minutes.
No!
I obviously won't get very far with rhetoric here. I guess my only choice is action. The metal is much too hot.
Che cavolo. Magari quella stoppa.
Dinner is served, my lord.
Fish? I smell fish. What? Lemon's missing. Barkeep, bring me some lemon. Fish without lemon is like a bottle without whiskey. Barkeep!
Razzoppiamo qualcuno. Sono sicuro che facendo così
Ah, nice collection. Hope they aren't all from today. Ah, nice collect.
no.
Hello, I know.
If you have to.
Yes. You probably don't have any lemons, right?
My compliments. You learn fast.
Well, what else can I do?
For Klaus?
Yes, he won't eat his fish without lemon.
Bring me one, and I may even cut it for you.
You're my hero. Thanks for the friendly chat.
My pleasure. Here comes the truck with the goods for the market. Maybe he'll stop. You can have the company you want. Oh, the truck driver appears to be new. He doesn't know his route and can't read any road signs. Oh, kids these days.
I hope nothing bad has happened. I should probably check on the driver. I'm in luck. The truck driver appears to have made the turn. I would have never forgiven myself if something had happened to him.
Non saprei, qui è tutto... non c'è più. Vorrei che sia caduto dall'altra parte. Tom e Jerry, esattamente. Un uccellino.
Only healthy stuff. And I'm lucky. It even includes a lemon.
Basta, hai preso solo il limone. È morto.
I don't have a knife. Here, you can give it to your eloquent guest, if your valuable time allows it.
Oh, he will definitely be pleased, and hopefully, then he'll shut his mouth for a while. Here's your lemon.
It's about time. Come and join me.
Never expect thanks for anything. Hands off!
Damn, he can see the key even from back there. If I swap the cups, he'll miss his whiskey. I really would prefer to spare him, and above all, me.
Speravo di fregarlo, ma... Quindi...
If I swap the cups, he'll miss his whiskey. I really would prefer to spare him, and above all, me, the whining that would cause.
È rimasto il sale.
The water's completely evaporated. There's only a layer of salt left over. If I do it quickly and unobtrusively, hopefully the barkeeper won't notice. Let's see if he tastes the difference.
Man, Klaus, watching you eat this whole time is making me hungry. I'm gonna go grab some whiskey.
It looks as if he actually noticed the difference.
Voluto fare il simpatico.
One thing's for sure, this action is a key scene in this little adventure.
Via. È morto parte...
Are they still biting?
If you don't pay attention.
Niente, gliene devo dare proprio...
I pinched my finger in one of these when I was younger.
Sei scemo.
The board is nailed down. Is the offer with the boat and the whiskey still good?
Sure.
Then I have something for you.
Thanks. It won't last very long. But I wanted to head out in a while anyway. I'll just take off as soon as the bottle is empty. Please just tie the boat back up once you're done with it.
Sure, no problem. And thanks a lot. You've helped me more than you can imagine.
You too.
Quindi...
want to
scappati
deprive the
tutti.
barkeeper of his best friend.
È
The
morto,
motorcycle I
papà.
rented at the...
Sai che sono passati così tanti anni che non mi ricordo ancora questo.
My
Non è
God,
vero,
everything
però.
here is completely overgrown and looks rather run down. I wonder if Morangi still really lives here.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there? Help me!
Help me! È giù
What
per
are
il
you doing
fondo.
down there?
They locked me in down here. Please help me and get me out of here.
Sure. But how?
No idea. Think of something. But I've sprained my ankle and I'm not 30 anymore. So don't just throw me a rope. I never managed to be able to climb one back when I was in school.
Is there a ladder here somewhere?
I'm afraid not. But there's a door down here that I can't open. Maybe you can find a way to open it from the outside.
Sure, no problem. How can I get to that door?
You're going to laugh, but I have no idea. I've never been down here before, and I have no
bene.
idea how to get to the well from the castle. There must be a secret passage or something like that somewhere.
You're
Quindi
Ken
non sarà
Morangi,
anche-
aren't you?
Yes, I'm Lord Morangi. Why?
If you live here, you should know your way around here, shouldn't you?
Well, I always thought that too.
Okay, I'll take a look around.
Thanks a lot.
E niente. Prendiamo Excalibur.
I'll give it a try. Maybe I was King Arthur in a previous life. Oh, that surprises me a little bit. Centuries stuck in stone don't seem to have had any effect on the blade. It is still sharp, and there's not a spot of rust on it.
Apriamo la porta numero 1.
I believe this is the last resting place of one of Lord Morangi's ancestors. The torch is fastened to the wall. I won't... The coffin is made of mass. I can't find a crack in which I could insert the sword.
Niente. Prossima porta. Aspetta, ma cos'è
It
questo?
almost looks as if the chimney has a helmet on. An old and already
La 1, la 2 o la cara è?
Yikes. I only wanted to close the window shutter,
E
and
te lo
already
metti
I'm
in
holding the whole
tasca
thing in my hand.
un'anta.
This place
Va
really needs a
bene.
major overhaul. The candle is burned down almost completely.
No.
A statue, most probably one of the Morangis. What was that? Sounds like I accidentally triggered some kind of mechanism again.
Multidimensionali, come sempre.
Sounds like I triggered some kind of mechanism again. So, what do we have? Knee socks? Long underwear? Oops. What's...
Cosa ho trovato? Una moneta d'oro? No. E dietro la tenda? Parapà, parapà, parapà.
A passageway. There are a few steps down into a dark passage. It smells rather moldy. I wonder what's waiting for me down there.
Vediamo. Abbiamo aperto a quanto pare 2 saracinesche.
There's a niche in the rock.
Mi sa che qua più avanti ce ne sarà un'altra. Infatti. Di qua?
A real torture chamber. I think something like this in a museum is really amusing. But when I look around here and imagine that people really were tortured to death here, I don't find it so funny anymore.
Così, mi piaceva farlo.
I'm actually quite happy with my figure as it is. Ideal. I think I'd better take the coin out of the fire again, otherwise the gold will flow into the forge. It's obvious why that... The tip easily penetrated the gold coin. I think I'd better not imagine how it would look if I were stuck between these thorns.
Ok. Mi servirà dell'acqua, suppongo. C'è qua.
Mood decoration.
No. Eccolo qua. Quello che devo raffigurare di là.
The painting is of Lord William Morangi, who lived here from 1270 to 1305. What an impressive guy. This clock says 7:15. It has obviously stopped running. That's funny. The pendulum is still moving. I ask myself why the chair is in the middle of the room. A really nice chandelier. A small stool.
Soprattutto perché è così lontano.
It seems as if this fireplace has not had a fire burning in it for...
Tutti.
Most of the books don't really interest me. But here's a book about haunted castles. It talks about Morangi's castle. It says that there's a rumor that William Morangi, who lived from 1270 to 1305, was buried without the usual customs and traditions, and they even refused to give him a funeral pyre. He was entombed in a sarcophagus wearing only a simple robe and his family's amulet. They say he's been walking through the castle and seeking revenge on intruders after midnight ever since. Even if I don't believe in ghost stories, I should probably finish rescuing...
Ok. Lo sbaglio schiacciato. Scossa?
The chain moved a bit. I think I'd better release the lever again, otherwise the chandelier that's hanging from the chain will fall down. A really nice chandelier. The chain moved a bit. I think I'd better release the lever again, otherwise the chandelier that's hanging from the chain will fall down.
Vediamo un po' se riesco a sciogliere o a raffreddare
Please,
comunque.
row across the lake twice and already my arms are ready to fall off. I really should exercise more. An old oil lamp. Seems to have plenty of oil in it, too.
Ok. Forse l'olio serve per di qua? No.
Although the tips of the spears are very old and have already seen action, they are still
Un piccolo cavo.
The coals burn pretty well, even I'm actually quite happy with.
Che cosa mi sto perdendo adesso?
I've now wedged the spear tips into the vise without mutilating my fingers. The ultimate proof that one never ceases to learn in life.
Cosa mi servirà? No. Sicuro manca qualche oggetto. E fin lì.
Although the tip. I'm gonna try to saw the board into a tolerable size with the tips of the spears.
Ok.
This plank is still very long, but now it's almost transportable. I mean, I'm already.
Oh. Tappem. No, la catena è andata giù tutta.
Sounds like I triggered some kind of mechanism again. There's a small key in it.
Una piccola chiave.
No clue, huh?
Vediamo.
I can't imagine that the lord of the castle wore a simple chain around his neck. He must be missing a pendant or something.
Un anello, quindi ok.
Sounds like I triggered some kind of mechanism again.
Non so se mi sono dimenticato di qualcosa.
I believe this is the last resting place of one of Lord Morangi's ancestors. The coffin is made... I believe this... I'll pour lamp oil into the groove that goes once around the sarcophagus. Let's give good old Lord Morangi a well-earned cremation. Maybe the story about him being a ghost here is actually true because he wasn't given a suitable burial.
Fiamma!
What was that? Did it suddenly get really cold in here, or is it just me? Did I just imagine that, or... The opening appears to have been sealed with wax, the color of the sarcophagus.
È un buco! Dark!
Excuse me, Lord Morangi. I have to save one of your descendants. And I hope that your amulet will help me. I pulled the wire. If I...
Solo collanina. Guarda,
Sounds like I triggered some kind of mechanism again.
Adesso mi dice, e non so come aprire la porta.
The door cannot be opened. It appears the ceiling is caved in here. The door cannot be opened.
Quindi? No. 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 Telefono azzurro neanche. Sì. L'ho fatto apposta.
The pictures appear to be very old. It's quite possible that the land here looked like this a couple hundred... An absolute dream. Typical Irish. Pictures of landscapes. Typical Irish. I'm actually... Ideal for people whose height-to-weight ratio does not correspond to today's ideal of beauty.
Meno che mi sono dimenticato di qualcosa.
The statue is massive and cannot be moved. The painting is of Lord William Morangi, who lived here from 1270 to 1305. What an impressive guy.
Aspetta.
It seems as if the... The injured Morangi... Lord Morangi.
Yes?
Can I ask you a few questions?
As soon as you get me out of here...
I'll see what I can do.
Giustamente.
The mortal remains of Lord William Morangi. The torch is fastened to the wall. I won't...
Mi incastro sempre con lui,
Ah, nice collect. Although the tips of the
Vediamo.
Either this is a distillery. Ah, nice.
No.
That is solidly... A box full of fruits.
Ecco qui qualcosa che non c'era prima.
Anyway, it's just lying around here, in the way. This is how I could separate the two pieces that are wedged tightly.
Voila. Due belle
Sounds like I triggered some kind of mechanism again.
Para pa para pa para pa. Parapapa.
You found a way. Thank you very much.
Are you alright?
I think so. But my left leg is killing me.
Wait, I'll help you.
That would be nice. I could barely make it to my office on my own. You have to admit, the story you just told me sounds a little unbelievable. First, Vladimir's kidnapping, then a mysterious conspiracy, and then men in black robes. On the other hand, the story is so unbelievable that you can't be making it up.
So you'll help us?
Little Nina is in Cuba with Manuel Perez right now?
Yes, she just sent a picture to my cell phone. I can't understand it, though. Maybe you'll have better luck.
Yes. I've seen this symbol before, but it's been a long time. Vladimir contacted me out of the blue many years after our Tunguska expedition. He wrote in a mysterious letter that he had made a sensational discovery and needed my help. Several years earlier, he had examined a metallic fragment that had been found in the Tunguska region. You've probably never heard of the Kalenkov report, have you?
No.
Just in general. It has something to do with extraterrestrial material, right?
Yes, but that's only half the truth.
What do you mean?
Manuel Perez, who wrote the report with Vladimir, discovered this exact symbol engraved on the surface of the fragment.
You mean there were symbols on the fragment?
Vladimir wasn't sure since the surface was so severely damaged. During further investigation, he discovered something in the archives of the Academy of Science in Moscow. It was in a report about the research expeditions of an English scientist who apparently discovered disc-shaped artifacts made of unknown material in 1947 during an expedition. This researcher, Evans was his name, described the same material properties that Vladimir had observed on the Tunguska fragment. That alone was a hot lead. But as soon as he saw a sketch Evans had made, it took his breath away.
Why? Please continue.
The artifact was covered with unfamiliar symbols. One of the symbols was the same symbol that Perez and Vladimir had discovered on the Tunguska fragment.
Phew. Sounds exciting. Where did the discs come from? And where did this Evans guy find it?
That's also what Vladimir wanted
Buon
to know.
riposo e buona serata,
But he
Med.
couldn't find
Ciao
anything in the
ciao,
Moscow
grazie mille
Academy's records.
per essere stato
That is
qua lo
why he
stesso.
contacted me. Vladimir had found out that Evans had died recently, and his personal notes and journals were supposed to be auctioned off in London. He asked me to get the documents for him,
Così
since
prende
he
i
couldn't leave Russia
documenti,
at
visto
that
che in quel
time.
momento non
And
poteva
did you get the
lasciarli.
documents?
E quindi,
Where did this
prese i
metal
documenti.
disc come from?
I sent Vladimir an encoded copy of the journals. I still have the originals here.
Really? Can I see them?
Just a minute. They have to be here somewhere.
Nina, I have news.
Could this Morangi be of help to us?
I have to say yes. Do you know about your father's expedition to China? To be more exact, to the Himalayas.
Sull'Himalaya?
He took a lot of trips before my mother's death. It's possible that he was also in the Himalayas. Why?
I think that he was looking for something there and maybe even found it. Maybe that's also the reason he disappeared.
I don't get it.
I'm gonna send you a few things to your cell phone. You better get going right away. I'll meet you in your father's apartment.
Di nuovo in Germania. Quanto lungo quel braccio.
Nina still isn't here. I'll give her a call and see where she is. Oh, I have a voicemail message. That's probably Nina, running a little late.
This is Kunsky. I really hope you're getting this message. We have to meet urgently. It's very important. I can't go into details at the moment. I think I'm being followed. I'll try to lose the guys and then go to the museum. Please hurry. I have reason to believe that you're in great danger. I have to go. Somebody's coming. I'll wait for you at the museum.
What is Kansky doing here again? I don't want to run into him again. On the other hand, the message sounded important. But what if it's a trap? I'll probably regret it, but maybe he really does have information that could help us. Nina isn't here yet, and the museum isn't that far away, so I'll just head over there.
Yes.
We've managed to track them, We know where the hideout is.
Are you sure?
The information is absolutely reliable.
Ok.
Very good. You must go there immediately. I'll tell Professor Charleroi that she should prepare the last phase of the project.
Okay. Once I've found it, what will happen to the girl and her friend?
Well, those two could actually be a problem. Take care of it.
Pensaci tu.
Oh my god, that's Konski. I don't feel a pulse. He's dead. What have I gotten myself into? Kidnapping was bad enough, but murder? I should get out of here.
Ma aveva una collana.
Max Gruber,
Yes.
get in, please.
What's keeping Max? He should have already been here by now.
Maybe he had a more pressing engagement.
How come? What do you mean?
You really don't know? Love really does make you blind.
What?
Think about it. Your father disappears. Max sits in the next office and says he didn't notice.
He had his music.
Who urged you to go home and wait for your father there?
It was Max. So what?
So what? Have you already forgotten that's where someone knocked you out?
No, but...
And then the attempt on the train. This has to have something to do with you or your father. That's clear, isn't it?
Yes, but...
Your father wasn't on board. And who knew you were on the train, other than us?
I know that all sounds strange, but...
Nina, wake up.
Ah.
I don't know who Max is working for or what he's up to, but he's playing some kind of evil game, and he's playing it at your expense.
Do you think we should...
Forget Max. I know you like him, but he was only using you. If we don't go now, he'll win the game, and your father will lose.
Maybe you're right. So what do we do now?
The trail to your father leads to the Himalayas, and at least we have parts from a travel journal by this Evans. We should be able to use it to find the hidden caves of those mysterious mountain people.
And then what? That won't bring my father back.
I know, but I'm sure this strange alien artifact has something to do with your father's disappearance. I admit, we most likely won't find your father in the Himalayas, but at least we have another lead.
Yeah, I know. It's just that I'm so very tired.
Do you want to give up on your father?
No, you're right. Let's go.
Spero che abbiamo ancora lo sacchiotto in casa. E giù di Indiana Jones. Ma vestiti così proprio? Non è che fa un po'
No wonder these
festino?
caves are unknown. Without the exact information from Evan's report, no one would ever find their way up here.
Let's hope that you are right. We are, you know, in the border area, and I really do not want to make the acquaintance of overly nervous border patrols. I'll stay at the entrance and keep an eye out. Let me know when you have found something.
Com'è la mascotte?
An excerpt from the travel journal of a certain Dr. Evans. My father considered getting these documents to be so important that he intentionally coded all documents that deal with the subject.
Non c'ho voglia di leggere.
A small round hole in the rock.
Qualcuno che c'è rimasto lì sotto.
The poor guy must have fallen in there. I wonder if he was a member of my father's expedition. The water is crystal clear, and most like pretty big rock. Pretty big rock. Patterns were chiseled into the rock here. I wonder what they mean. I was lucky that there is another drain. Otherwise, the entire cave would probably be underwater already. Oh, a bone.
Un osso chiave. Salviamo.
The bone caught on something. I can't get it out anymore. This room emanates a weird atmosphere. I can't describe it exactly. Unreal. As if one is entering a different world. It depicts the fall of a huge, unshapely object. The broken down trees around the crash site remind me a bit of photos that I once saw of the Tunguska region after the 1908 catastrophe. These lines and circles look almost like the sketches that Manuel Perez made in Cuba. Small humans flee from a huge, unshapely object into a cave. The head was chiseled directly out of the massive rock face.
Oh, cosa dobbiamo fare qua? Segno zodiacale. La soluzione dell'enigma nel diario di viaggio di Evans, dove è scritta nelle stelle. Benissimo. Ci tocca leggere.
An excerpt from the...
Tre volte di una misteriosa razza di montanari, pare che la tribù mi dicono che siano dotate di capacità ipnotiche. Ok. Mi hanno detto che spesso pronunciavano strane frasi, ma ora ci hanno notato le mie parole. Il guardiano che comanda, egli vede tutto, viene da molto lontano, che vogliono dire queste parole. È passato un sacco di tempo da allora in tutto questo. Invano, non ho scelto, devo tornare lì, dovrò organizzare una nuova spedizione. Ora ho tutto quello che mi serve, una mappa della regione, un paio di scienziati e una squadra di supporto. Devo contrattare con dei ricchi idioti che non mi credono e non intendono finanziare la mia spedizione. Senza miracolo riuscirò a uccidermi. Se sogni stanno per avverarsi, siamo in viaggio, girare i tacchi e tornare indietro. Membri della mia squadra di supporto se la sono già svignata. Passato solo gli ultimi 2 giorni ho dovuto lasciare indietro molto del mio equipaggiamento. Sono stanco, terribilmente stanco, so che non devo mollare. Da quando sono sdraiato qui, ho vago ricordo di essere appoggiato. Ok. Va bene, allora, qua non dice niente. E quindi
He
cosa...
is so... There's this light...
Non saprei minimamente cosa fare. Non ci mettiamo la croce sopra, ok. Quindi...
It could come from a yak. It could come from a yak. A small round... I can push the part into the opening without any problems, but nothing is happening. I can... A small... For sure. Without Oleg... Oleg is standing guard. These lines... Small humans flee from a huge unshapely object into a cave.
Qui vedo che è 2, 1, 2. Poi vedo 2 e 2. Però l'ordine non saprei.
Small humans flee from a huge unshapely object into a cave.
Ok.
It depicts the fall of a huge unshapely object. The broken down trees around the crash site remind me a bit of photos that I once saw of the Tunguska region after the 1908 catastrophe.
Allora 2, 2, 4, 5. Già, anche perché la soluzione non è che aiuta. è scritta nelle stelle.
In X.
Ma vaffanbagno, era la pagina dopo. 1, 2, 3. Ok. Proviamo.
Strange disk. Really looks rather insignificant, but it feels warm. And I have the feeling as if some sort of weird energy is emanating from it. I'll show it to Oleg. Maybe he's got an idea about what we should do with it. Oleg! I was just coming to you.
I see you really did it. Congratulations. We were not mistaken about you.
Thanks. What do you mean by...
E niente.
I'll explain that later. The boss is waiting. Kambursky to station. Requesting permission to land.
Ah, Oleg, I heard you actually found this metal thing?
Hello, Sergei. Yes, everything actually went as we hoped. The girl was really good.
Excellent work. The boss will be pleased.
Sapevo.
Now what are we going to do with her?
The boss's orders were clear.
Is that
Anche il
really
pelatone era
necessary?
cattivo.
Well, it is a shame with that cute ass. But with some luck, it'll keep fresh on ice. And now, turn the water on.
Okay. Nothing.
What a piece of crap! The damn thing's broken again! Let's see what the problem is. We should hurry, though. The prototype is as good as ready for use. You see, and the boss is waiting for us.
And the little one?
We won't be gone long. We'll take care of her later. There's a piece missing here. Looks like it was torn out.
Sabotage?
Could be. You take care of it. I have to get back to our scientific genius.
Okay.
Minchia, abbiamo dormito. Ah, l'ombra che compare dal nulla.
Oh, God. I hurt all over, and I'm totally freezing. Where am I? I can only vaguely remember that Oleg knocked me out. But why? I really thought he was someone I could trust. Yet another bad judgment.
Potere dello sturo nel bandito.
There's no water coming out. I don't really feel a great... A video camera in the bathroom? I wouldn't want to take a shower in here. I can't reach it. A video camera?
Carta igienica. Come carta igienica di...
It works! I'll take everything with me that is not on the trees by the time I count to 3.
Facciamogli dei fori a caso.
The drill is throwing sparks when it gets in contact with the metal plate. drill set the paper on fire.
Silicone, tappo qua il buco? No? Non ancora.
Could be a kind of master key that can be replicated in the workshop as needed.
Sarà pieno, sarà vuoto, sarà Ferguson. È una chiave.
I do not know the number combination, and if I just simply break the glass, then the contents will probably be destroyed by the falling glass splinters.
Però c'è un uovo qua dentro.
The lock is completely iced over. I can't...
Vandalo. Scaldiamo la chiave.
I'm going to freeze to death pretty soon, but at least the key is nice and warm now.
Basta, il fuoco si è spento nel mentre.
The hot key is melting the ice, so the lock is now open. I assume that by entering numbers, one can extend a bridge to the room on the other side. Oh, this appears to be something like a control room. And what is that down there?
Sbirciamo. Cazzapal gigante.
Problem solved?
Not quite. But at least I found our saboteur. There was a terrible, regrettable accident just now.
That's too bad. What's going on with the water?
That isn't important right now. I need you here.
Oleg, may I introduce you to Professor Charleroi, our scientific leader?
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, sure. Save it. We don't have time. The boss will be here soon, and I want to have everything ready to go by then.
Oleg, Sergei, and this Nicole Charleroi seem to be like a kind of complete assembly of all the human scum on Earth. Right now, I'm really tempted to jump through the window and send all three of them to... But what are they doing down there? And what kind of machine is that? I don't know for sure what is going on here, but I'm really sure that it is something quite nasty. And this I know. As soon as I get even the slightest chance, I will mess up their plans, but big.
Dopo io vandalo, lei vuole dire
There are
mandare in aria
3,000
tutto.
switches here, and not one is lit. They all appear to be very... None of them... What do they need all those video recorders for? A huge plasma screen. A huge plasma... There are 3,000 switches here, and not one is labeled. I'm not even going to try it.
Un armadietto.
A single piece of explosive is still in there. I think... Salt. Probably from the bag up there. That little bit is just... The platform...
La canna da pesca.
It's not making a sound. Something isn't right. Nothing is happening. That's the way outside. I'm already freezing my butt off in here, and it's not going to be any warmer out there. 10 polar bears couldn't get me out of here while I'm wearing these clothes.
Ok.
Maybe I can pick up one of the lighter packs.
Vediamo un po' cosa peschiamo.
Winter clothing. That's a nice catch. Much better already.
Adesso possiamo uscire?
Somebody please tell me that I'm dreaming. Just where am I? Antarctica? Nobody is ever going to find me here. I can forget about that.
Un secchio.
Just how did they get all that heavy equipment here? It must have been a huge logistical effort.
Questo è il menu. Mister Spazi.
A huge field full of these strange things. I assume that they contain antennas. But what do you do with them? Receive signals? Or send signals? The power consumption of this facility must be gargantuan. Wow! An old whaling ship, completely enclosed in ice. I wonder how long that has been here. I'm pretty sure It's a little heavy. The jacket is frozen stiff, but it appears that there is still something in the side pocket. It contains whale oil. People also used to use it as lamp oil and lubricant.
Ok.
What am I supposed to fire at? I haven't really been able to find that many real potential targets here yet. A stationary harpoon.
Un pinguino!
A warning
Quindi siamo in
sign.
Antartica.
Caution. Precipice. The shield was stuck in there. The penguin seems to be sitting on something. He's probably hatching something. There's someone lying there. Hello? Are you hurt? Hello? I almost fear that he's dead. Funny that someone should fall into the glacier's precipice, who probably knows his way around here. Plus, there was a warning sign. Just a moment. It could, of course, be that he had a little help when he fell. I believe these people here are capable of that.
Può darsi.
It almost...
Ti lancio cose. No.
This goes down so deep, I can't even guess where the bottom is. Building the station probably cost a lot of money. Somebody must be counting on getting a lot of profits.
Andiamo un po' oltre le 7 perché forse siamo quasi sul finire, eh?
That little bit is... A single egg is visible through the plate of glass. I don't think it will contain any vodka, but in this cold, I would be happy with whiskey too. If I only could get this damned cork out of this bottle. So, pulled the cork in style. A metal plate. I have a vague idea. You can do thread cutting with that. I know, a very risky assumption, but you can't win if you don't try. Empty. I have a vague idea. You can do thread cutting with that. I know, a very risky assumption, but you can't win if you don't try. I think that... A stationary harpoon. The things have an enormous penetrative ability and a relatively large operational range.
Non so minimamente cosa fare.
It contains whale oil. People also... What am I supposed to fire at? I haven't really been able to find that many real potential targets here yet.
Mi sto di sicuro dimenticando qualcosa.
What a strange design. How am I supposed to get across?
Ho trovato qualcos'altro.
Terry cloth bedding, a whole stack of it. Whatever am I supposed to do with it? The other stuff on the platform is too heavy to be able to pull it up with the fishing rod. It only contains a vice.
Sfera per detersivo.
Terry cloth bedding, a whole stack of it. Whatever am I... I can't tear the glass out with a plunger. I'll just take it with me again.
No. Dovrebbe essere una puntina
A metal
o
plate.
qualcosa.
A hollow pipe with a sign. Caution, precipice. Nothing. A single egg is visible through the plate of glass. The machine... I do not know the number... Just how did... A huge...
No. Parlato col pinguino? No, non si può, si può solo guardare.
Just how did they get all that heavy equipment here? It must have been a huge logistical effort. They seem to work like hand grenades. Pull the ring and make sure to get rid of it real quick.
Aspetta.
An old saying says you should never blow up the ice floe you are standing on. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get the hole open again with only my bare hands.
Ok. Che mani dure ti servono?
It's a little heavy.
Decisamente. So che c'entra il
That little bit is
sale.
just enough for a breakfast egg. Salt. The freight
Dovrebbe
elevator
essere
does not
questo il
appear to be
senso.
very stable. One of the cables has already broken. The platform hangs too. Nothing is happening. Maybe the switch is broken. No idea what that...
Penso che io lo debba inzuppare di acqua questo coso. Ma al momento non ho niente per rompere quest'acqua.
Looks like an elevator. Without an elevator? I really don't feel like jumping.
Magari domani.
The drill is throwing sparks when it gets in contact with the metal plate. There's no water coming out.
Ok,
It
io ho
even reasonably
tappato.
fits into the drain. That should stop the water from draining.
Esplosivo dove?
None of the monitors. None of them has a cassette inside. What do they need all... I don't have the slightest... A huge... building this... Just how... The shield with...
Fa bagno l'esplosivo nel buco.
Wow, what an explosion! It appears that it even triggered a small avalanche, but it didn't appear to bother the penguin.
Ma il pinguino frega cazzo.
I know that robbing dead bodies is frowned upon. In an abstract sort of way, the amulet represents a head. There is a large diamond on top. It looks to be very old, and if the diamond... a gasoline lighter, a couple torn out pages. They're entitled Research Journal of Nicole Charleroi. I don't think that this information will help me right now, but I might at least understand better how everything ties together.
No, stavolta non c'è un'ultima pagina. Niente. Pinguino?
In an abstract...
Vediamo un po' se basta.
It always looks so simple in detective stories. Plunger on the glass, cut it with a diamond, and... it really is simple.
Pinguino, ho un uovo per lei.
I have no idea what animal this comes from. It's too large to be a chicken egg, but who knows what they are doing here in the station. I think they are... The penguin seems to be...
No. Uovo alla cocca? L'accendino è scarico. Aspetta, magari la testolina va bene anche per il ghiaccio. No. Questo? Io ne ne.
This goes... The penguin...
Altri altri possibili suggerimenti? Cosa
Building the
potrebbe
station
uscire?
probably cost a It contains whale oil. People also used to use it as lamp oil and lubricant. A gasoline lighter. Unfortunately, there is no gas in it.
Vabbè. Però ti ho detto, tanto qua al momento non ho ancora
A
problemi.
stationary harpoon. What am I supposed to fire
Sono
at?
le 8.
I haven't really been able to find that many real potential targets here yet.
Dentro il sottomarino, cioè dentro la barca, non si può entrare dentro la barca.
I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get... A couple torn... I don't...
1908, 1977. Quello che le date sono a caso. (1970) (1970, 1977, 1908). Però intanto non ce lo farà
I don't have the
digitare.
slightest... I assume... The platform swings back and forth, but it holds.
E niente.
The others...
Ok, riflettiamo. Cosa mi sto dimenticando? Al pinguino per ora non gli serve l'uovo. Perché?
A gasoline... Nothing. All that effort for nothing. Again. Nothing. I have a
Questo serve per tranciare un filo, ma non c'è nessun filo da tranciare.
stationary harpoon.
Che cosa manca? Penso che devo trovare la soluzione per il buco nel ghiaccio. Riesci a darmi una sbirciata te, Hyper?
The penguin seems to be sitting on something.
Niente, gli vado addosso. Sì, ho già provato sullo stura lavandini, ma niente.
It appears as if there had been a hole in the ice at one time, but it has frozen over almost completely in the meantime. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get the hole open again with only my bare hands. What am I supposed to fire at? I haven't really been able to find that many real potential targets here yet. A stationary harpoon. It contains whale oil. People also used to use it as lamp oil and lube. It's a little heavy. Not even female Russian shot putters can carry that. Building the station probably cost a lot of money. Somebody must be counting on getting a lot of profits.
Tanto sto facendo tentativi a caso. No. Vaffanbagno. Grazie mille. Adesso sblocchiamo tutto.
So I leave behind yet another trail of devastation. Where am I supposed to put?
Sì, ma adesso è tutto
Well, it will
fattibile.
probably take some time until the salt has eaten its way through the ice. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get the hole open again with only my bare hands. It appears as if there... I'm pretty sure I won't be... It appears as if there had been a hole in the ice at one time, but it has frozen over almost completely in the meantime.
No? Adesso si è sciolto.
There are people who prefer to jump in. Nothing is happening. I probably should...
Con un'esca. Ovviamente abbiamo preso solo il sale, ma magari qua dentro c'è qualcos'altro. No, c'è solo il sale.
The lighter could serve as... That was easier than I thought it would be.
Ok.
Maybe I can distract it with some fish.
Quanto grosso quel pesce? Scambio? E così nacque Happy Feet.
At least now the poor little guy has a real chance of seeing something come out of that egg.
Dentro qua l'uovo Fabergé. Anzi no, prima salviamo.
It fits, and the machine is also starting to work again. The pump is running. Yay! The tub is full. Woohoo!
Ok. Quindi?
Now all I need is a relaxing bath oil. Now all I need is a relaxing bath oil. There are 3,000...
Dovrebbe essere congelato? No. Ora... caldo?
Now all I... A video camera in the bathroom? I wouldn't want to take a shower. I can't reach it.
No, no, no.
The pump is running. Too bad, actually. It was just...
Ok, è diventato tutto freddo.
The water has... I hope that the ice will hold me.
Una VHS.
The camera has been screwed on tight, but at least I could remove...
No, dall'altra parte.
Oh, there is something else on the tape. A remainder of another recording. Looks like the room right next door. This Nicole Charleroi is having a discussion with a really elegantly dressed guy.
Registrate vecchie cose
Unfortunately, his
sopra.
back is to the camera. But I could swear that it's... What's going on down there?
I heard we are ready.
Yes,
Con i
apart from a
soldi.
few small details, everything is ready. Thanks to the artifact, we were able to quickly bring the radiation fields to the desired level.
So I was right.
About the artifact?
About you, Professor Charleroi. Your team has truly done magnificent work. And Sergei, Oleg, you also deserve a lot of praise.
Thank you. It was an honor for us.
But enough self-congratulations. We still have a lot to do. Mankind is waiting for us to relieve them from a few decisions.
Massimo Gartuzzo? If he's involved in this, it must be a really big thing. And if he goes to the ends of the world just for this, then I'd rather not dwell on how big this thing is. Realistically, there are only two possibilities. Either I make sure there is a super big noise, or I die clandestinely, quietly, and unnoticed. And since I definitely do not feel like dying, I should think of something that makes a huge kaboom. Only I probably won't be able to do much by myself. I need help, and I need it fast.
Quanto stereotipo. Italo-americano, ricordiamo. Scusa il video. 2513.
Two, 5, 1, 3. Done it. I wonder what is waiting for me in that room over there.
Salvo. Ah, cerchiamo le sfere del drago. No.
I think I'll take a couple with me, and probably the matches too. All of the equipment for measure... There is something in the close vicinity of the research station, most likely an airplane. Maybe they can come and get me out of here. I just have to get their attention somehow.
So dove devo andare.
The matches burn well, but the fuse doesn't. It probably got wet at some point in time.
Pignola.
Hopefully the fuses will work again if I pour the whale oil over.
Casualmente un aereo passa. Non fa mai quelle manovre lì, quell'aereo. E come cavolo fa buchi di treno?
unequivocal statement from a man.
They aren't our enemies. They want to help us.
I've had my fill lately of people who allegedly want to help me.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry about Oleg.
How did you know?
Later. These men have brought me here to...
So you are in cahoots with them. They're the same guys who were seen in the museum by the janitor and the little girl when my father was kidnapped, right?
Yes, and the sect did actually kidnap your father. But for his own protection. Don't worry. He's fine.
For his protection? From people like you? You played me for a sucker and were working with these guys the entire time.
No, when I got back from Ireland, the sect also kidnapped me. And they explained how everything fits together. I'd never seen these guys before that. You have to believe me.
Do I?
During his investigation into the Tunguska catastrophe, your father stumbled onto something that has to be kept secret at all costs. The sect has done everything it can to make sure this secret doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
And what is that?
The people believe that they're the offspring of aliens from outer space.
Oh, God.
And the Tunguska catastrophe was caused by a nuclear-powered interstellar spaceship that crashed while trying to rescue its last living survivors.
Bullshit! Psst. Don't tell me you believe that.
I don't know what I should believe anymore. Do you remember your encounter with the sect?
In Tunguska? Yes. It was pretty weird.
The fact is that in the summer of 1908, an unidentified object was annihilated in a detonation as powerful as a modern hydrogen bomb, but they found no crater and no remains. Then these strange fragments appeared years later. Your father examined them and discovered that they were made from materials that didn't come from Earth, but were processed.
The Kalenkov report?
Exactly. Then the military got a hold of the material, and your father was prohibited from doing any more research. When he and Manuel Perez took off again for the Tunguska region, Perez accidentally became a victim of an experiment that the military was conducting with the extraterrestrial object there. Your father realizes how dangerous the material is, but he continues to do research despite, or maybe because of it, until he comes across evidence of the Zopa, whose abandoned caves he discovers in China. There he discovers artifacts that consist of the same extraterrestrial material as the fragments from the Tunguska region. A strange connection, don't you think?
And one of the artifacts is here now, delivered personally by Nina Kalenkov.
The station belongs to a man named Massimo Gattuso. Have you ever heard his name before?
Billionaire, divorced 3 times, devastatingly handsome. You can ask him for an autograph in a second.
What?
He's here. I saw him below in the station.
Hopefully we aren't too late. He bought shares in all the telecommunication companies through middlemen and will soon control the entire mobile network.
So what? Are you afraid that the prices per minute will go up?
Be serious for a second, Nina. Don't you have any idea what they're planning here? Think about Perez's accident, the psychiatric clinic in Cuba, the French female scientist, and the Russians' animal experiments.
Give me a hint.
They are working on a technology that will manipulate thoughts.
Oh, come on. First you come to me with these aliens, and now this?
It sounds inconceivable, I know. But research into this technology is nothing new. As far as I know, no one has been successful yet. But with this extraterrestrial material, do you think that Massimo Gattuso will go to so much trouble if the artifact was merely of value archaeologically? The sect believes that he is about to implement this technology, and you can imagine what will happen then.
So, do you trust these people?
More than I trust this Gattuso.
And what are you planning to do?
The sect will take care of detonating the transmitter, and we have to find a way to disrupt the experiment itself. Are you familiar with the layout in there? Is there maybe a control room or something like that?
Sure. Follow me and try to be inconspicuous.
Yes, sir. Oh, before I forget, I found your cell phone in the caves in China. I thought you'd probably need it, in case you want to call me after all this is finished.
I know your number by heart.
So, the elevator should be working again. But maybe we should wait until the sect members have detonated the antenna.
And if not, we still have the element of surprise on our side.
So you really want to go down there?
Yes. Now let's go.
Lì intanto c'è ancora la videocassetta.
Damn, what just happened? The elevator appears to still be working, as do some of the doors, but I can't open the other ones. Nina, can you hear me? Just great. I have to get the doors open as soon as possible or we'll have a real problem. We've had more than enough of those already. Hopefully Nina will wait for me and won't do anything stupid. But If I know her, she probably will.
Max doesn't seem to hear me through the door. Now what? Hopefully he'll get the door open again. But I can't really wait for him to do it. We have no time to lose. Maybe that elevator still works. Then I can look around a little downstairs.
Salvo.
The pipe is cold.
So cosa devo utilizzare.
I threaded the rod.
Ora devo salire di nuovo e mettere questo.
I've gotten warm enough now. The bad guys can...
No.
I threaded the rod. A radiator. A radiator. I can't break it loose. What an enormous... An iron chain hanging in the middle of the room.
Lo posso attaccare.
I'd better not touch it. The labels on it promise... Hopefully the lid won't open. The sign is riveted. The sign warns... In some places where the walls have cracked, the ice is visible behind the walls. We must therefore be below... The sign... The paint stuck to the silicone. With a little imagination, you can see the sign again. The peeled off paint from the shield is now on the silicone impression. The no water symbol can be made out halfway clearly.
Ok.
I'd better not touch it.
No. Cosa mi sto perdendo?
I hear I can't break it loose. I can't break it...
Ok.
I've gotten warm enough now. The bad guys...
Però così tecnicamente dovrebbe funzionare.
My former teacher, Mr. Puetz, would say no one can force a round metal rod to rotate with a wrench. I threaded the rod. I should pay attention. As soon as the icicle begins to melt, it will swing across the room on the chain.
Mi metto il telefono sopra? No. Lo buco?
In some places where the walls have cracked, the ice.
Ma non me li fa accendere il problema.
I'd better not touch it. The labels on it promise a lot of trouble if I do. There are 2 labels on it: danger, explosive, and do not bring in contact with water. For such dangerous stuff, that sure doesn't make a stable.
Tra l'altro qui c'è un bullone.
Phew, no chance. I turn the nut along the thread. I turn the nut along the thread. I turn the nut along the thread. Phew, no chance.
È vuoto questo? No, no. Questo ci prova ma non ce la fa.
Phew. No. I can't open or close the valve with my bare hands. I turn the nut along the thread. I turn the pipe is cold. One of the surveillance cameras. Hopefully Max is constantly checking the monitors in the control room. A radiator. The radiator feels cold. I've gotten... If Max would...
No.
The door is shut. Hopefully Max will be able to open it.
Così ho preso la lastra di metallo, ma non so quanto potrà essere utile. Ci manca poco, perché è qua l'ultima zona.
The tube leads through the wall into the hallway. The tube leads...
Bravo. Vaffa al bagno. Ho fatto una leva più grossa.
Phew. That's it then. The vent is open. I've gotten warm enough. The radiator is gurgling and is cold. I guess there isn't enough water in the pipes. I've gotten warm enough now. The bad guys can...
Sì, ma devo scaldare?
The tube leads through the wall into the hallway. I'd better not touch it. The vent is open.
Adesso è aperto, però è freddo. Oh, adesso mi fa interagire con la telecamera.
Water? Heat? There's no water in the heating unit? I'll see if I can find a control unit for the water feed. I hope that was the right switch.
There seems to be enough water in it now, but the radiator is still not heating up. If my plan works and Max understands my clues, the heater will get warm, and so will the pipes with the icicle between them. When it melts and slides out of the pipes, it will hopefully push the vat from the shelf onto the floor. And as soon as the vat cover opens and the highly explosive chemical comes into contact with the ice on the floor, it will go kaboom! A great fuse! If I could somehow get out of here, I should close the valve again afterwards, otherwise this whole joint will blow with me and Max inside.
There's no flame lit in the heating unit? Well, then let's look for the right button that fires it up. So, that should have been it. Ah, damn it! Nina, look out!
So I did hear right. The lady did actually manage to free herself. Well then, come along. The boss is already eagerly waiting to make your acquaintance.
Ah, Miss Kalinkov, we finally meet in person. Please excuse my bad manners. I would have introduced myself much sooner, but as you can see, I'm under quite a bit of stress. Allow me to introduce myself, Massimo Gattuso.
Kidnapping, aggravated assault, and whatever else you ordered to do. So you're considering that good form?
No, but special circumstances unfortunately demand special measures. But since you are already here, may I offer you a front row seat for the world premiere?
Thanks, but I'm not interested.
Then you'll really be missing something. You will witness how my new marketing measures will lead humanity into a happier future.
I can't wait.
As you should. I'm sure you're familiar with it. You spend days thinking about which dress you should buy, and then you have a fight with your boyfriend about whether you should buy the red or the green couch.
I don't need a couch, and certainly not a green one.
I will relieve humanity from these problems in the future.
Through brainwashing?
I call it help in decision-making. It will not only save people a lot of trouble, but they will also have more time to concentrate on really important things. You have to admit, it's a truly noble gesture on my part.
I have to admit, you're even sicker than I thought. All you care about is selling your products. You don't give a shit about the people.
What a shame that you don't appreciate my plans. Don't worry, though. You won't be in the position to take offense. And now, if you'll please excuse me, I have to prepare for the first test run. And if I can offer you a word of advice, be happy that you will be allowed to witness this spectacle. It would be a shame if you couldn't enjoy your last hours on Earth, wouldn't it?
It can't be much longer until the icicle slips from the pipe. I have to get out of here, fast! I would like...
Quiet!
The committee of the friendly do-gooders probably... The entire... I see no way to operate... A loading... Max must be up there. Hopefully they haven't caught him yet. I think I may have something you've been looking for.
Oh, the part from the water pump? Thank you very much. We will reward you with a painless death.
How friendly of you.
Oleg, put that thing back in there quickly so that it's nice and warm again up in the station when we celebrate our triumph.
Okay. You will watch our guest of honor.
I don't think that our princess wants to run away, do you?
No, of course not. It's terribly comfortable here. The committee of the entire... I won't be able to get there unnoticed. One of those monitoring cameras again. In case you're interested, a sect has just arrived. They're about to destroy your equipment on the surface.
Yeah, sure. Who's leading them? Superheroes who are saving the world?
I'm serious.
I think you're missing my point. And now please excuse me. I don't have time to talk.
To build all these devices here at the edge of the world, that must have been a huge effort. What's it all for?
The equipment is extremely sensitive. Do you see the big display back there?
It's hard to overlook.
The project is strictly monitored because incorrect radiation could lead to a malfunction. We've therefore played it safe and built part of the complex underground.
Okay.
According to Massimo, these monitors served... The committee of the friendly do-gooders probably does not want to include me in its ranks. I won't be able to...
Non so cosa lanciargli.
I won't be able to get there unnoticed. One of those... A loading crane. I see no way to operate the crane from down here. Max must be up there. I can't kill them all.
Damn it, we have some interfering radiation here somewhere. If we don't get it under control quickly, we'll have to stop the experiment.
You mean escape using the crane? We'll see if that goes well. But I don't have a better idea, so let's give it a shot. Good luck, Nina.
It's getting warm up there, and the champagne is being chilled. This means that there is nothing standing in the way of our party.
The celebration will have to wait. We have some serious problems here.
sure we can thank this little toad here for this. But no more fun and games. You're finished.
Muy molto male quello.
I'm sorry that I was wrong about you, but Oleg was very convincing and...
That's okay. I'm a man. I don't hold a grudge. Come on, we've got to get to the airplane. The people from the sector are probably already waiting for us.
Veramente?
Nina's father tried for months to scientifically prove what had happened. However, he eventually gave up, knowing that there are some things that just can't be explained with formulas. Still, or perhaps because of that, a small film company is very interested in his story. After his encounter with the sect, Eddie the janitor immediately started attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and has been sober ever since. He is using his striking voice doing voiceovers for goblins in video games. Lisa originally wanted to become a photographer, but she was unsuccessful due to the fact that she couldn't manage to change the batteries in the camera. Her new career as a bike courier also ended suddenly after just 2 hours and her first flat tire, because no one patched the tire for her. She is now selling magnetic microwave hamsters from a small stand in Berlin.
Va bene.
When the police arrived at the museum, Kansky's body had disappeared. As Max realized when he saw the amulet, the commissioner was a member of the mysterious sect, which no one has heard from since their intervention in Antarctica. The sect's motives remain a mystery. Were their actions really for the benefit of mankind? And have they really disappeared? The sanitation worker noticed Nina's lie just in time and didn't quit his job. 1 week later, he actually did win the lottery, divorced his wife, and has lived happily ever since. Conductor Karpman's unpunctuality cost him his job. However, German Railways was thrilled to hire him. He now works the daily Hamburg-Bielefeld route.
Okay.
After another 2,376 cigarette breaks together, soldiers Romanova and Yushin decided to quit smoking. They now spend their time sticking nicotine patches to various areas on each other's bodies. However, rumors of an upcoming wedding could not be confirmed.
Che me ne frega di loro.
Agents Fetisov and Radinkov left the Secret Service to open a boutique in Moscow that features tailor-made suits.
Va bene.
None of the passengers died in the dramatic train wreck, which looked worse than it was. The scientists are still puzzling over the strange results of the plant analysis that Nina so brilliantly manipulated. The Doberman Pinscher took advantage of the opportunity to escape and is currently following in the footsteps of one of his ancestors and terrorizing the moors of England. Barkeeper O'Brien was hit by a drunken truck driver in front of his pub, quit his job, and has been teaching rhetoric at the University of Dublin.
Okay.
The fisherman's doctor urgently recommended he pay better attention to his health. He now only fishes when the sun is shining, in other words, twice a year, and has switched to drinking single malt Scotch whiskey.
Buono.
Klaus lost his home when the pub closed. He wandered around homeless and without a goal for months until he finally discovered his purpose in life and a place to stay in the small German town of Geesthacht. He is now a game designer for graphic adventures. Fernando, the gatekeeper, is currently working on his latest series of paintings, the 1,000 extremely different growth stages of the date palm tree. Thanks to her untiring physical efforts, Sister Sabrina actually won the mayoral election. However, she had to resign 9 months later to take care of her baby.
Okay.
Shortly after his efforts in the inner courtyard, Puyol, the patient, set the world record in building a house of cards. Since then, he has appeared in numerous TV talk shows, babbling nonsense and earning money, hand over fist. However, we strongly oppose the extremely malicious insinuation that this career path is a general prerequisite for a career in television. Ramon builds strange figures out of shells based on Manuel Perez's even stranger drawings and sells them to tourists for exorbitant amounts of money. The villainous quartet was literally put on ice for a very long time. As a result, large-scale mind control continues to be reserved for a very popular, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. The contracts are signed and sealed. You can look forward to seeing your favorite characters again in Secret Files 2.
Have I thanked you yet?
No, I don't think so.
The plane must have an autopilot function.
E il pinguino pinguineggia.
Camera's rolling.
And I'd like to help you too. I don't need to go to bed anymore anyway, and I can always sleep when I'm dead. So, if I can do something for you...
That's really nice.
Here's looking at you, kid. Sorry, I forgot my line.
Cut!
You know the difference between me and you? I make this look good.
Cut!
Just because I'm filming a shitty film for some shitty people doesn't mean that I enjoy being an actor. I was not outstanding, and I was not exceptional. I was monumental. I was epochal.
Camera's rolling.
Prop guy, please bring the fake iron bar this time. What a comedian.
Camera's rolling.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the stodgy could now look a lot like...
Cut!
I can't stand taking the train, sorry. Let's film the scene again.
A tutte le scene. Va bene. Allora, vi ringrazio molto, ringrazio Hyper, ringrazio il ride di Marti e ci becchiamo questa sera, ok? Vediamo un po' se c'è qualcuno. C'è qualcuno? C'è qualcuno? No. Quindi niente, ciao.